Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a question here that says solve the quadratic equation. Today, in our last class, I took for factorization method. So today, I'm going to use the formula method, which sometimes we call it the almighty formula. And that's the general name that most students like hearing, almighty formula. So the formula, before we start, we'll state the formula. The formula says x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, when you are putting your division sign, it must start from this point minus b, so that because the division sign is affecting everything here. Now, after stating the formula, the first thing you should know is this formula, the almighty formula or the quadratic formula. Now, you bring out your equation. Look at your equation. You need to itemize all the coefficients of this particular equation. You know, in quadratic form, we have a is the coefficient of x squared, minus 5 is the coefficient of b, which is x, and the constant itself is c. So I will bring it out here. A is 3, then b is minus 5, and then c is minus 2. Now, what's the essence of doing this? So that because the formula method or the quadratic method is just substitution, is one of the simplest methods that most persons like so well. So it's substitution. So I already know because the formula says minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you know substitution, what do we do? Wherever I see b, I'll replace it with minus 5. Wherever I see A, I'll replace it with 3. And wherever I see C, I'll replace it with minus 2. So, let's go now. So here will be x is equal to, let's substitute now. My b is minus 5. Now take note, the b in the given equation is carrying a negative, the coefficient of x is carrying a negative sign. So I will not forget to put my minus 5 plus or minus the square root of, now let's go again. Now b squared, my b is minus 5 all squared. Then please take note of this point. Each time you are dealing with this, always bring a bracket because of this negative sign. Because sometimes the coefficient, this constant c, sometimes once it's negative, so that it will not conflict themselves. So here is 4 times a is 3 times minus 2, because the c here is minus 2 all over. Remember I told you your division sign must start from the equal, from this minus sign down to the end, times 2 times 3. Okay, look at what I've done now. I have successfully replaced all the letters with their given coefficients. A is 3, B is minus 5, C is minus 2. The essence of listing out this is so that when you are substituting, you don't mix them up. So here will be
It varies directly as the what?
x is equals to plus.
Is this square root?
Okay. Instead of us to use plus, just say minus times minus is plus. I'll put 5 now. You see the essence of that bracket? So here will be plus or minus the square root of. Please, when you take the square of any negative number, your answer is positive. So 5 minus 5 squared is 25. Bring down your minus. Then still leave the bracket. Still leave the bracket because of this negative sign here. You know, once you see a negative sign in any kind of a expression or equation you are solving, be very careful. Be very careful. So we'll take this. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times minus 2 will give me minus 24. Good. So here will give me 6. Now, let me take the next step. This will be 5 plus or minus. This is 25 plus 24
Square root of what?
all over 6. Should in case you are wondering how I got plus here, look at the essence of the bracket. Minus times minus will give us plus from the order. So we have been able to resolve to this point. So I will just do my summation. Then, okay, so conclusively, I'll now be having x is equal to 5 plus or minus. Now, if you say 25 plus 24 will give me 49 all over 6. Now, what is next? If you look at this place, if the number inside the root is a perfect square, then you continue with your perfect, you take the square root and you move ahead. A perfect square is a number whose square root is also a whole number. So now since I have 49, which I know is a perfect square, I'll have 5 plus or minus square root of 49 is 7. So all over 6. Now when you get to this point, if you observe it, I have my two signs, plus or minus here. So I will have to separate them, let everybody obey their own sign. So I'll come here to say x is equal to 5 plus 7 all over 6, comma. I can come here again to say x is equal to 5. The minus sign now will take its own function all over 6. Okay, so let's conclude now. X is equal to 5 plus 7 is 12 all over 6, comma, x. Now, look at this. You must be very careful. 5 minus 7 is minus 2 all over 6. So, let's conclude. My answer here now will be x is equal to 12 divided by 6 is 2, comma, then we have the next one, x is equal to, you know, this one is already a proper fraction. So 2 here is 1, 2 here is 3. So my answer will be minus 1 all over 3. So the root or the solution to this equation, x is either 2 or x is equal to minus 3. So
You are confused.